Hey everybody, my name is Michael Lehman. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and talk a little bit more about what I do now. So I spent 34 years and still occasionally work in the film industry. I started as a location scout and then worked my way into location manager, started first assistant directing, and also I've done some production management as well as producing for episodic television and television commercials. I grew up in the Philadelphia area and we bought our home in Cape Coral in 1998. We've only lived down here for about 4 years. As I started to get a little bit older and, the phone calls to work in film became less frequent, except for a few very loyal clients, I decided to take my real estate course. Took the course, passed the test, and am working with a brokerage called Realty One Skyline and Troy Funk. I call my business Flower Shirt Guy Realty, and the reason I do that is over the years, many friends have given me different flower shirts, and one guy in particular that I worked with in Philadelphia that managed about 10 commercial properties used to call me Flower Shirt Guy, and when I called him on the phone, it would come up Flower Shirt Guy, Michael. So I decided to call my real estate business Flower Shirt Guy Real Estate. I have been married and with my partner Paul for 26 years. We are married for 7, and Paul also worked in the film industry as an art director and a props person. I grew up in the suburbs of Philadelphia, and both Paul and I moved in and took care of my father as he aged out and passed away, and then took care of our stepmother while she decided to sell the house and move to a community. And when she passed away, we eventually were the executors of their will and took care of dealing with their estate and their trust. So I'm in my backyard, and this is the canal that I live on in Cape Coral. Cape Coral is a city in southwest Florida, across the river from Fort Myers, Florida. It was created in the 1950s by the Rosen brothers, who basically took a big plot of land, over 100 square miles, and built the city. They dug 400 miles of canals. Some are freshwater canals, which is what we live on, that do not go out to the river and eventually out to the intercoastal and the Gulf. And some freshwater canals connect to a series of lakes. So there are many waterfront opportunities to own real estate here in Cape Coral. It's one of the fastest growing cities in the Southwest. When we moved here, the population was a little bit over 100,000, and now we're approaching 200,000, with the goal, I think, of the city having about 400,000. So there's lots of undeveloped land in the northeast and the northwest part of the Cape, a lot of it on canals, a lot of them Gulf access canals. The difference in the north part of the Cape is that the water and sewer are not always in place yet, and you would have to dig a septic system and then eventually hook up into the water and sewer system, which can be up to $30,000 to the homeowner. The area where we live in the middle part of the Cape, in the southeast Cape, already has water and sewer in many areas in the southwest part of the Cape, and in the yacht club, which is the original area of the Cape, have water and sewer in. The yacht club is very close to the river and very easy to get out. And there's also a beach there and some waterfront restaurants. There's a couple large developments called Cape Harbor and Tarpon Point that have a mixture of condos, townhouses, and villas in the development, as well as either canal front or, in the case of Tarpon Point, riverfront, marina, and a pedestrian walkway that's lined with shops and restaurants. There's also a Westin hotel there that has restaurants and parking for you while you're there visiting. In the future, what I'd like to do is walk you around my neighborhood, let you have an idea of the kind of homes that are available in my neighborhood. There's also a lot of new construction available in the Cape, with many well-known builders like Lennar, Holiday Builders, G.H. Horton, who also have a fairly big community in the northern part of the Cape, around 2 or 3 lakes up there. So there's different types of homes available. There are some new homes and older homes in my neighborhood. It's a little bit of a view of the intersecting canal that I live on. And as we walk over here, you can see how it goes up the canal. And then as we go around, you can see the back of my house. And as we come around, you can see more of the canal looking north. And we come around here and you can see some of my neighbors' houses, as well as my next door neighbor who has a fence because he has a very big dog. And in my neighborhood, there are some new construction homes, one in particular up the end of the street. It's not on water. It's 4-bedroom, 4-bath, and it does have a pool, a saltwater pool, and it's currently listed for $670,000. There's a mixture of condos and single-family homes in the Cape that are available, and the prices range from the high 200s to as expensive as about $10 million for a house on the river. So that's a little bit about the history of the Cape. The Cape originally was, when it was built, they had to fly people in because there was no bridge to get across the river, and it was slowly developed over the years. There are 2 bridges now that connect into Fort Myers, and Fort Myers has a nice downtown with shopping and restaurants along the riverfront. In future videos, what I'd like to do is introduce you to different neighborhoods in the Cape. Maybe we'll take a stroll through downtown Cape Coral in the entertainment district, talk about that, and also take a stroll on the boardwalk along Tarpon Point and through Cape Harbor and different areas in the southwest and the northern parts of the Cape, just to give you a sense of the availability of property, parks, recreation. There are golf courses, there are many parks. We're building some new parks. We're doing some work to some of the other parks along the river, and we're doing some work to an area called the Yacht Club, which was one of the original areas of the Cape. They're going to be rebuilding that with a new swimming pool, a new community center with about 45,000 square feet for weddings, meetings, banquets, family gatherings. There's a beach there along the river, and there's a really fun tiki hut restaurant called the Boathouse along the river. So we'll take a visit to that. Anyway, welcome to Cape Coral, and again, my name's Michael Lehman. My company is Flower Shirt Guy Real Estate. If you wish to reach me, my telephone number is 610-659-9272, My email address is michael@flowershirtguy, R-E for real estate.com. Thanks very much for listening, and I hope to talk to you all soon.